we are at the end of an era, the modern pony car era. I mean, of all of the modern pony cars out there, only one is left standing in 2025, the 7th generation Ford Mustang GT Premium. And so, it's just fitting, guys, that at the end of this modern pony car era, well, I finally get a chance to drive and live with the Ford Mustang GT Premium. And so, without further ado, let's do this! The Ford Mustang has the distinction of being the first pony car ever made. Well, some would argue that the Plymouth Barracuda was first by around 2 weeks, but hey, it was the Ford Mustang that went on to be the most popular. So it's just fitting that at the end of the modern pony car era, it is only the Ford Mustang that is left standing. You see, Ford has continued to soldier on with the Mustang's traditional pony car layout, but with significant improvements made in terms of handling, comfort, and safety. But the good news there is the Mustang GT Premium's price remains quite competitive with a sticker price of only 3,999,000 Philippine pesos. Though that's not too bad considering that we also get the performance pack here as well. So with the world moving towards hybrids and electric vehicles, did Ford make the right decision to keep this pony car alive? Let's find out. Here at Reagan's Rides, we do car reviews of SUVs, sports cars, trucks, and everything in between. So subscribe and hit the bell. Oh boy, let's go. Oh yeah, man. Ford Mustang GT Premium. Fantastic, let's go! Woohoo! Oh yeah! Woo! Anyway guys, so new cars nowadays are powered by just 4 types of engines, you know? Small displacement engines. Take 2. Anyway, new cars nowadays are just powered by 4 types of engines: small displacement engines, turbo engines, hybrids, and EVs. In fact, it's so rare to see a car brand new that comes with a naturally aspirated V8 engine under the hood. You see, these V8 monsters have been sacrificed because of stricter emissions, lower carbon footprint, all in the name of efficiency, you know? But pare, there's more to life than efficiency, alright? There's more to life than just being efficient. I mean, if efficiency is everything, then we would all just be a bunch of numbers. We would all be androids. We'll be ones and zeros. You know, it's gonna be lifeless. You see, life is all about emotion. You know, it's also about emotion. It's about what ignites your spirit. And in that area, the heart-thumping sound of an all-motor 5-liter V8 engine is all you need to awaken that fire in your heart, alright? Dudes, we may not have the most horsepower here. I mean, we only have 493 PS, and you know, I've driven EVs with a lot more torque since we only have 557 Newton meters of maximum torque here. But when you put the hammer down, pare, when you put the hammer down, woo, let's go. Oh yeah. When you put that hammer down, man. Yep, that is something that no electric vehicle can ever replicate. Yeah, all right. It's not something that you can never get from an EV. Woo! Woo! Oh my gosh, hold on, let me compose myself. My heart is fluttering. Oh my gosh, anyway guys, sure pare, there are EVs that can launch from 0 to 100 kph in 3 seconds, maybe even less, yeah. And this Ford Mustang GT Premium can only do the same 0 to 100 kph in around 4 seconds. But who cares? Who cares, man? It's not just about the numbers. The Mustang GT is pure emotion on wheels, something that the most efficient electric vehicles out there can never replicate. I mean, consider the exhaust note, pare. The sound by itself is already worth the nearly 4 million Philippine peso asking price, with or without tariffs. Now, we also get the active exhaust system here, which means that you can go silent around the village so that you won't wake up the neighbors. Or you can go all out bonkers with sport or even, yeah, track settings for your exhaust. Now, I like that you can switch between the exhaust modes separately from the drive modes, which means that I'm now in normal mode, but I'm in the sport exhaust setting. So yes, pare, you can have that glorious exhaust sound even when you're just driving in normal mode. Now, speaking of normal mode, this 7th generation Mustang is probably the softest and comfiest Mustang ever made. I mean, we have a good amount of cabin space here, the outward visibility is fantastic, and the ride is surprisingly comfortable considering that we have a very, very stiff chassis here. In fact, you can even daily drive this Ford Mustang GT as long as you don't really mind the gasoline bill. Because pare, I'm telling you, man, this pony sure is a thirsty little horse. I mean, I went around the city, alright? I went around the city, light city drive with a very, very light foot, and I was able to get 5 kilometers per liter at an average speed of 20 kph, alright? Now, on the highway, again, with a very frustrating light foot and 76 kilometers per hour average speed, yeah, the most I was able to get was around 12.8 kilometers per liter, alright? That is very frustrating, man. Because you don't drive the Mustang GT like that, alright? Now, when I drive this normally, I mean, I'm not even like flooring it all the time. I'm just driving it normally, I'm getting around 5 to 6 kilometers per liter. So that's what you should expect, of course, from this really, really glorious V8 motor. Now, if you're looking for an eco drive mode here, well, pare, you will be disappointed because we don't get that here. And what we have is normal, sport, track, and custom, alright? Which allows you to, the custom mode allows you to adjust like the damping, the throttle response, and even the steering and the exhaust settings, you know? So I love that. I love the custom settings, and if I want to have fun, if I want to enjoy, I'll put it in sport or I'll put it in custom, you know? And you know, dude, pare, that's the thing about the Ford Mustang GT Premium. Every time you get behind the wheel of this baby, you will be frisky. You would want to feel frisky all the time. See, when the road opens up, like what we have now, yeah, when the road opens up and you're feeling rich, you know, you're feeling like, yeah, to hell with the gas bill, I'm not really scared of that. Even if I'm gonna consume my entire tank, yeah, you can put it in sport mode, or heaven forbid, track, or you can put it in your custom mode, and you can really feel this wild stallion unleash. Let's do that now, like that. Woo! Woo! See that? All right, let's take it back down to very, very comfortable speeds. Anyway, when you do that, when you put it in sport mode, yeah, the steering sharpness, yeah, it really stiffens up and it becomes very, very responsive. And the Magnaride suspension also stiffens up to give you the best handling that you can get from any Mustang, alright? Now, don't get me wrong though, this, my friends, is not a surgical instrument. It's still not as precise as some of the smaller and lighter sports cars out there. Like, for example, my own Mazda MX-5 Miata. Pare, this is still a sledgehammer, alright? It's a sledgehammer, even if it's the best handling Mustang of all time, of all generations. The thing is, yeah, despite all the tuning that they've done to the chassis, to the suspension of this thing, it's still heavy, it's still big, you know, and it makes you feel that, especially when you're going around fast corners. Now, the good thing here though is, just like any muscle car, any pony car, we get a relentless amount of power delivery from the naturally aspirated V8, and that, my friends, is not for the faint of heart, right? Now, thankfully, this Ford Mustang GT Premium is also equipped with the Ford's Co-Pilot 360 system, which helps to keep this tank quite safe, you know? No more Mustang memes coming from the 7th gen Mustang, yeah? Now, I also like that the Co-Pilot system that they put in this Mustang is not very intrusive. I like that. And it kind of detects if I'm feeling frisky and if I want to play, you know, if I want to do some more spirited driving. It kind of tones itself down a bit, and that is good. Now, in terms of the brake pedal, well, there are some people out there who find it a little bit stiff, but dude, pare, you have to remember, we have a set of Brembo big brake kits here, and yes, naturally the brake pedal will feel stiffer than usual, and that is something that you'd expect from these, you know, track-oriented brake brake pads and disc brakes. So yes, if you're going to do some hard braking, pare, you'll have to have a lot more leg power in order to stop the Ford Mustang GT Premium.
Woo! What a drive, man! What a drive! Now anyway, mga dude pare, so I already have a walk-around video of the Mustang GT Premium that I did last year. It's on my channel, so if you want a little bit more specs and details about this vehicle, you can click the link above and watch that video. What I'm going to share with you is what I experienced while I was driving this Mustang GT Premium for the past few days. You see, everywhere I went, I got a lot of looks, alright? People would just turn around and look at this car, especially in this yellow splash paint job. I mean, that yellow splash color plus the black bits of this vehicle, dude, this is one deadly combination. I mean, the Mustang is one of the most recognizable vehicles here in the Philippines, and it doesn't matter whether you're young or you're old, whatever your gender is, wherever you're from, once you see this front fascia, you know that it is a Ford Mustang GT Premium. Now, I love the fact that this top spec trim also gets these functional hood vents there. It adds a bit more of a menace to this look, and it also brings it closer to that of the GT500. Now, what I don't love though are the dancing features of the LED headlight units. Yeah, when I did my walk-around feature of this car, I didn't really notice that, but now that I've been living with it for the past few days, yeah, I was surprised to see that we have dancing LED headlights here and also dancing LED taillights. I mean, come on, man. This is the Ford Mustang GT Premium. This is an icon. It doesn't need any of those cheap gimmicks like dancing LED headlights. I mean, dude, come on, right? This is a macho car. Leave those gimmicks to, let's say, you know, the Chinese cars out there. Now, the side profile is unmistakably a Ford Mustang. You have the fastback silhouette here, you have the 19-inch staggered alloy wheels there, plus we have the 5.0 badge right there on the front fender. Now, since we are equipped with the performance pack, we also have Brembo brakes here. Not just in the front, we also have Brembo brakes at the back. I'm also surprised to find out that the ground clearance of the Mustang GT Premium is at a very workable 144 millimeters. Now that explains why I didn't have any problems or issues whenever I have to go over speed bumps or even steep parking ramps. And in fact, this baby right here was able to clear my very steep parking ramp in my condominium building. Now that means that the Ford Mustang GT Premium is a very practical vehicle. You know, despite being a pony car, a muscle car, it is something that you can daily drive for as long as you own a gas station. Alright, so here inside, there are some features that I got to know more of since I got to live with the Mustang for a few days. You see, we have the Recaro seats here, part of the performance package, and at first I thought that it would be maluwag, you know, since the Mustang is built for American frames. However, even my 5'6", 65-kilogram frame, yeah, I find that the seats, especially for the sides of my back, the seat backs feel tight, you know, and they feel tight, although the hip area is quite generous. Now, I don't really mind it, but I can see heavier people having a harder time fitting in these Recaro seats. Now, we also have these twin LED panels here. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. Yeah, pare, this is just too digital for me. You know, it's just too digital for me. We have a 12-inch gauge cluster there, and we have a 13-inch infotainment system, which looks like, yeah, it looks like it's been lifted from the Ford territory. Now, it works well enough, all right? And yeah, it does the job, but maybe I'm just too old school, you know, and I prefer the physical binnacles that we used to have before. Now, you see here that at least we have that option for the 87 Fox body gauges, which I always put on. And by the way, when you check out the speedometer of that, yeah, you'll see that there is a red line in the 100 kph mark. It's a small detail that helps to keep me within the speed limit, you know. I love that. I love that. Now, we also have the infotainment system here. It comes with all of the goodies. You know, you got the wireless Apple CarPlay, you got the wireless Android Auto. You've got the reverse camera. You know, some people don't like the reverse camera. They prefer to have a 360-degree view camera image. But I understand Ford, you know, you put the cameras of the 360-degree view system on the side mirrors, it's gonna make the side mirrors look a little bit fugly, you know. Yeah, so we have a reverse camera here. But here's the thing. All of the aircon controls are also found in the infotainment system, and I don't like that. I don't like that, dude. Even the performance apps, all of the adjustments, the settings, the My Mustang settings here, they're all found in the infotainment screen. Now, personally, maybe I'm just being old school. I prefer to have the physical switches and toggle switches that we had before, the buttons that we had before. Yeah, at least for the aircon controls man lang, or the performance settings sana. But at least we have the drive modes here. We have a physical button for the drive modes on the steering wheel. I love that. So yeah, at least we have that. And oh yeah, by the way, we're also equipped with the Bang & Olufsen audio speaker system, and I finally got to test that out. And mga dudes, yes, it's glorious. You know, I love the sound stage. Perfect when you're stuck in traffic. But I normally find myself turning the sound system off when I'm on the highway or when I'm doing spirited driving, so that I can really appreciate and enjoy that glorious V8 sound, you know? Yeah. But anyway, guys, overall, this is a very comfortable cabin. I love the leather touches. I love the way that it's spacious, more spacious than my MX-5, obviously. But yes, it's still a little bit too digital for my taste. Alright, so the rear end design has some traces of the Chevy Camaro, mainly because of the shape of the rear haunches here, the way that they designed this deck lid without a spoiler, and maybe the fact that we have the yellow splash paint job here kind of reminds me of Bumblebee. Although I must say this to you guys, yeah, I've also driven the Chevy Camaro, and this Mustang GT Premium is an easier car to drive, mainly because it has better outward visibility. Now, here at the back, we also have the signature tri-bar LED taillights there, which, by the way, also dances. I mean, pare, seriously, not cool, man, not cool. Yeah, and we also have the quad exhaust pipes there, which I would have demonstrated to you the remote rev feature, but unfortunately, this press car doesn't come with that. But since I love you guys, I love you mga dude pare, I'm going to give you a little bit of a soundbite of how these luscious exhaust pipes sound. Oh yeah, man. Don't you love that, man? Don't you love that? Love it. Woo! Anyway, now let's go to the trunk. When you pop open the trunk, you get a very usable and practical 322 liters of cargo space. Very, very good for a pony car. And that's good enough for a pair of hand carry luggage plus some small bags. Now, mga dude pare, here's the main question. In a world of hybrids and electric vehicles, does the Ford Mustang GT Premium still have a place in today's times? The Ford Mustang may be an icon, but with dwindling sales and the surge of hybrids and EVs, the days of this purebred American pony car may be numbered. The thing is, this reality makes the Mustang GT Premium even more desirable, especially for the enthusiast crowd. You see, people don't buy cars like these for efficiency and daily commutes. They buy it for the soul, the raw emotion, and the power that driving a Mustang can give. So yes, for as long as there is a kid out there who still dreams and aspires to own a muscle car when he grows up, then there is still a place for a purely emotional vehicle like the Ford Mustang GT Premium. After all, life is not just about ones and zeros. Thanks for watching.